Mandatory vaccines, guys, they are coming. It's being designed right now. The game plan to implement it is trickling down right now. And I'm going to tell you guys in this video why many of you are going to walk right to the door and ask for them. All right, guys, so lots of talk about mandatory vaccines coming down. Obviously, Bill Gates having his hand in that, talking about COVID-19 vaccines being mandatory, getting getting papers saying that you have complied, that you are COVID-19 vaccinated, right? Mandatory vaccinations. We're in a world where we force people to inject stuff into them because we say so. So there's going to be many people that will comply, and here are a few of the reasons, guys. One is vaccinations have been a hot topic for some time, and there's a lot of social pressure on parents who choose to not vaccinate their kids. There's a lot of social pressure put on people to make choices that if you sat down and thought about it, you wouldn't do it. You know, there's mercury inside of vaccines, and if you ask someone, hey, can I put mercury into you, they would say, no, that's not safe at all, and they'd be right. Injecting yourself with mercury is a bad idea, but it becomes a good idea the moment it's inside of a vaccine. As soon as it's mixed into a vaccine, now it is acceptable to inject yourself with mercury. It now becomes a good idea. Makes no sense. We're losing critical thinking skills when we act like that. But we're losing our minds when we think that we get to control what other people do, and to have a system forced on us where you will comply or else. How does that work? How does that system work where they can force your hand? Let me tell you, guys. Food, water. For all of you who still think that nothing's going on here, for all of you who think you're going back to work this week, I've been told by people, oh, you're crazy, we're going back to work this week. Guys, people right now who got laid off 3 weeks ago have still not been able to file for unemployment, which means they haven't paid bills in 3 weeks. Millions. I believe the number is now 17 million people laid off. And many of those have not been able to even file for unemployment because the lines are so busy, they're so tied up that they're just not answering. They're not getting around to people. Some people might not get a check until midsummer, and that is just a portion of their check for unemployment. Now, getting to the stimulus package, guys, we're all sitting around pining for $1,200 to come into the mailbox. $1,200 after being out of work for going on over a month now? What is that going to do? What's $1,200 going to do? Really? I mean, really think about it. For many of you, you're just like, oh man, we're late on mortgage, we got to pay that. Or for some of you, rent. Or for some of you, car payments. You know, all the things that we were dependent on, all the things that we took a risk on saying, we'll just manage that. We'll manage that debt, right? This is where that debt gets pulled out from underneath you. You might have showed up every day to go to work, and you might have done everything you were supposed to do to pay your debts, but now you're late. You think the creditors are going to care? They're going to pull those assets from you because they're going to protect themselves first. Obviously, people out of work. Obviously, people running low on money. Obviously, the inability, for the non-essential folks out there to actually make money to pay for those things, you're being choked off. You're being choked off. Somebody is controlling your ability to control your life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Have you heard that before? Somebody is taking it from you currently, and in a couple of months, or in a month's time, when your food stock has ran out because you did not prep for a long period of time, because you did not think that this would ever happen in the great United States of America. You would have never thought that you would be living in a nice neighborhood, have a cushy job, and then have it all taken from you in a moment's notice in a fraction of your life. You could be on your last year of mortgage. You might be ready to pay off that house, right? You knew, oh, it was gonna happen, baby. I almost owned my house after a 15, 30-year loan, whatever you decided. You might have it all taken from you and you did nothing wrong except for prepare. Guys, there's 3 days worth of food in the stores. 3-day food supply. That is what is replenished every couple of days in this country. When you go to the store and you see everything closed. When you go to Costco and you see the freight coming in. If you were to go in the back and watch the trucks coming in, they come in on a schedule, right? The toilet paper guy comes in every Wednesday or every Wednesday and Friday. I don't know when the toilet paper guy comes. But it all comes on a schedule. It's a well-oiled machine that works when it works. And when it goes bad, it's gonna go real bad. 3 days, guys. 3 days is how much food is in the store. What happens when those trucks quit running? And I know many of you are gonna respond with what you've responded with already, that America will never have a food shortage. You've been proven wrong the last couple of days because you've seen factories, food processing plants go down. Big one in South Dakota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Big one in South Dakota, responsible for 25% of the U.S.'s pork distribution. 25%. You're gonna see a shortage of pork, ladies and gentlemen. At a Tyson factory go down, that's chicken. And I know many of you were like, I don't care about pork. Let me know when the chicken and beef industries fall. What do you think is coming next? Pork, some chicken, and then it'll get into the beef. Don't you find it weird that 255 employees in one plant in South Dakota all tested positive and then they shut down the plant? People are going to go hungry. People are going to be behind. People are going to do whatever the government tells them to do to get fed. 3 days. That's all the amount of food that's inside, guys. And when the trucks quit running, it's only 3 days till they're empty. 3 meals. This is a study that has been done. People will lose their minds after missing 3 meals. That is it. 3 meals down, and you're gonna see people at their worst. They're gonna do whatever they need to do to get food. They're gonna do whatever they need to do to feed their families. And that means jumping in line, signing up for that vaccine and saying, yeah, can I get 2? What you're gonna give me some food, I get some bread? Yeah, I'll take the vaccine. Heck yeah. Hey, if I turn one of these in, do I get more? I got a couple. I'm willing to give them up to eat. I'm hungry. We're hungry. Family's hungry. Think about it, guys. All of this stuff, shutting down the economy, disrupting the food supply chain, the food going away. You guys know what happens when they shut down those factories? Those factories run on pigs coming in, right? Let's just talk about the one factory. That factory has pigs coming in, boom, 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 constantly full, butchering them and sending them out, right? Just a consistent, well-oiled machine, running. You know what happens when they shut down? All that surrounding supply of farmers who have all of those pigs are now like, whoa, what do I do with all of these 300-pound hogs? What am I supposed to do with all these hogs? You think they're gonna give them away to people? They're not gonna give them away to you. They're not gonna give you pigs because you're hungry. What they're going to do is they're going to slaughter their herd. They're going to kill them. They're going to blame it on the COVID-19 crisis, and they're gonna collect that insurance money. You think they're gonna feed the masses, the starving masses, with their abundance of pig? No, they're gonna feed themselves. They're gonna feed their family. They're gonna get that insurance money, and they're gonna say, "Oh, sorry guys, had to kill off my herd." Self-preservation, guys. This is what we're talking about. People will look out for themselves first, which means people will get off of their knees, walk up into the line, and say, I'm here for my vaccine. Thank you for my loaf of bread. Guys, you need to decrease your dependency on other people. You need to decrease your dependency on the system, you will get thrown into the mix. You will get tossed into the meat grinder. You will become a hot dog because you cannot stand on your own. You're not a steak. You didn't get cut clean, right? You are going to get thrown into the grinder with the masses because you are reliant on them. And the worst part about it, guys, is you're going to march yourself into that grinder. You are going to walk in there voluntarily and do whatever the machine needs you to do. And the machine needs you to jump in there and get your vaccine. Stop being dependent on the fragile system that we have. Stop believing that the system that we have is invincible. It's not, and you're seeing it. And for some of you, you're not going to recognize it until it is right in your face and you're opening your pantry and you're seeing that there is nothing, and that there's nothing in the stores, and there's no money in your bank account to be able to go buy it, and you have no resources around you, and you didn't prepare for it, and you don't know how to garden, and you don't have any animals. And it's not going to be the time where you walk to a farm and say, hey, can I get an animal? That farmer is going to say, what do you have in trade? Nothing. No, you can't. Stop being dependent, guys. Be independent. Be self-sufficient. You're behind. You're absolutely behind at this moment right now. Anyway, I've been living off-grid with my family and homesteading for over 6 years. I don't feel like I'm perfect. I don't feel like this is going to be easy. I know that this is going to be a struggle, and I've been doing it for 6 years already. You're behind. Catch up. Think long and hard about it, guys. Really think right now, would I get a vaccine? Would I walk in there and take their vaccine? Now try and make that decision while you're starving. Your family's hungry. Truth is you're going to take it. You're going to get that vaccine. You'll get any chip they want to put in you. You'll switch over to digital currency. Hook, line, and sinker. You'll take it all. Be real with yourself, guys. Look around you. See what you have. Be very real with yourself. Take a minute to think about it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.